Okay, so hopefully everybody is joining on and we're ready for class. This is the Aroma Freedom Technique. And like I said, I'm trying something new on a new computer, so bear with me if there's any technical issues. But hopefully this is going to be an improvement for our classes. So hopefully you have your oils, your frankincense, gotta have your frankincense, your stress away, okay, and your lavender. And these are the main oils. If you're like me, you can prepare for it and put equal parts in an empty bottle of the frankincense, lavender, and stress away so that it's easy access. All you have to do is grab it and it's already combined for you. All right, so let's begin. I'm very happy that you're out here tonight, and hopefully this will be something enlightening for you. And, you know, it's going to help you with your stress throughout the day. It can help with traumatic events. It can help you deal with life events, which is what we need. For those of you that don't know me, I am Tiffany Roberts. I'm known as the Oily Doc. I have a master's in certified functional medicine practitioner, master's in nutrition, working on 2 doctorate levels right now, Doctor of Natural Medicine, along with a PhD in professions, health education. Sorry, get tongue-tied there. My husband and I own a holistic clinic in Prairie Village, Kansas called Back to Nature Lifestyle Medicine. I am a busy mom, and my passion is to help others heal through natural means. So tonight we're going to talk about the Aroma Freedom Technique. I do highly suggest that you guys get this book, the Aroma Freedom Technique. It was developed by Dr. Benjamin Purkis. He's a clinical psychologist that developed this technique, over 20 years of clinical experiences, and integrating natural modalities into his practice. And he wanted to bridge the field between traditional psychology, energy psychology, and aromatherapy. And it's an amazing technique. And you can find out more from aromafreedomacademy.com. So I highly encourage you to check that out. So what is Aroma Freedom Technique? Well, Aroma Freedom Technique, in short, is a 12-step process that dives into the subconscious and helps us to heal the emotions that are blocking us from success, prosperity, and happiness and abundance. And it causes us to not reach our full potential. So this process helps us use the highest quality essential oils, and that's from Young Living essential oils. We only use those because they are the highest quality available. So let's talk about this. Your sense of smell is the most primitive one that you have. And it was the first to develop in the womb, and it connects at an early age to feelings of joy, safety, and comfort. So I bet that you can remember scents of your childhood. And much like when I was growing up, I can remember still to this day what my grandmother's chicken noodle soup smelled like and her famous molasses cookies. So anytime I have a scent of that, I'm reminded of her. Or you might get a whiff of something that reminds you of a friend that may have passed away. So the olfactory nerve connects directly to the limbic system of the brain. This is where we process our emotions, determine whether we are safe or in danger, and forms bonds and attachments to those around us. So the olfactory bulb lies at the top of the sinus cavity and can detect odors. The first part of the brain that is stimulated in a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. This is responsible for if we freeze or if we take fight or flight. The job of the amygdala is to determine in a split second if we're in danger, if we're safe. So humans have about 20 million receptors at the top of our sinus cavity, and they detect 10,000 to 40,000 different scents. The dogs, on the other hand, have about 220 million. So that kind of tells you how much more they have as opposed to us. So in a well-published study, Susan Schiffman, a psychologist at Duke University, sprayed the scent of chocolate chip cookies in a New York subway cab. The writers were found to become about 50% less likely to push, shove, and become aggressive. That's how powerful that our sense of smell is. So when we encounter a situation that kind of feels overwhelming and confusing, or sometimes threatening, our emotions kind of lock us up, and we lose our ability to know what is best for us, to think clearly, or to make good decisions. Maybe you have an ungrateful boss that just keeps picking on everything that you do wrong. Or maybe you have a spouse that's very unappreciative for all that you do. Maybe it's a friend that stabbed you in the back. Perhaps it's something that happened as a child. Whatever it is, we need to fully become who we were meant to be, and this is blocking us, okay? So the oils that we use in AFT is Stress Away, frankincense, and lavender, and they're all in equal parts. You can choose to use these oils all the way through the whole process. For better results, we do want to continue with inner child, transformation, and release. But if you don't have those blends, the three main ones will help you through the process. So hopefully everyone has their oils and they're ready to go. We're going to start our first round. Okay, so think of something that you want or something that is holding you back, and let's set your goal. I want you to think of that. I want you to, rate how possible that feels. Is it 1, it's never going to happen, 10, I can totally do this. So rate that goal or that situation that you're wanting. Okay, once you have that rate and that goal, let's identify a negative thought that's connected to that feeling. What is that word? What is that sentence? Is it I can't do it? I don't have enough money. I'm not smart enough. Whatever that first negative thought is that pops into your head. And name that feeling, that one word feeling that is associated with that situation. Does it make you angry? Does it give you sadness? What is that one word that's associated when you think of that that situation? Then next, we're going to locate it in our body. Where do you feel that pain? A lot of the time, I feel pain in my low back. If I have emotions, that's where my trouble spot is in my low back. A lot of people feel it in their head, their neck, their shoulders. Locate that feeling in your body and take note of it, okay? Next, we're going to drift back to an earlier memory when we felt this very same way, the same emotion, the same bodily feeling, and just kind of accept where it's coming from. It might not even, be associated with this kind of feeling. Whatever pops into your head first, just kind of go with it. Sometimes you might not feel anything or see anything, and that's okay. Okay, next we're going to place 1 drop of the frankincense, 1 drop of the Stress Away, and 1 drop of the lavender in the palm of our hands. Or if you already have it pre-made, go ahead and put it in the palm of your hands. Just 1 drop of each. Rub them together. And we're going to encompass that thought, that memory, the feeling, the one-word feeling, and how it feels in our body. Is it in our low back or whatever? Whatever that is, we want to breathe all these essential oils into all 3 of those, okay? And take as long as you need until something shifts. Okay. Now notice what happens. Maybe that feeling or that outlook has changed. Is there a new belief or a mindset that has emerged? Now I want you to read that goal that you started with, and I want you to rate it 0 through 10. How does it feel now? How likely do you think that you can reach that goal? Is it 0? Is it 10? Did it jump in numbers? Do you feel better? If it's not quite at an 8 yet, let's continue. Okay, let's go to round 2. So that negative goal, that negative thought that you had to begin with, is there a new negative thought? Is there something change in that? Whatever that first inner voice that pops into your head right now, and it might have changed, it might not be, the same. I want you to recognize it. And what is that one-word feeling that is associated with it? Is it regret? Is it anger? And where do you feel it? Did it change? Is it in your neck now? Is it in your head, low back, your heart? Wherever that is located in your body. Could be in the same place, it might be different. We're going to drift back to a different memory. Maybe it's the same memory that pops in, maybe it's not as strong. This time, whatever memory comes into your mind, accept it, let's go with it. The way that you feel now, try to think of a memory that associates with that. All right, we're going to go round 2. We're going to do our oil blend again. And we're going, if you have inner child, now's the time to grab it. If you don't, you can still use the blend. But now we're going to, all 3 of those, the bodily feeling, the negative thought, and the negative word, we're going to breathe that oil into all 3 of those right now until something changes. Have you noticed anything that happened? Anything change? Maybe you have a new belief or a mindset that emerged. Maybe you feel a lot better, more relaxed. I want you to think of that original goal or that intention that you set out to start with. How likely does it feel now? How possible is it? Did it improve? If it's not quite at an 8 or above, let's go another round. Okay? Let's continue on. Round 3. What does that negative word, that thought, say to you now that makes it not possible? Maybe it changed, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not as intense, maybe it's something different. What's that one negative word that associates with that feeling, that inner voice? Where do you feel it? Did it change? Is it now in your shoulders? Is it now in your heart? Is it in the same place? Located in your body, and let's recognize it. Drift back to that memory at an earlier time where you have that same emotion that you're feeling right now. Accept what comes up. It could be completely different, not even associated. Maybe nothing comes up, and that's okay. All right, this time, if you have release essential oil, now's the time to grab it. If you don't, you can still use your essential oil blend of the frankincense, lavender, and stress away. And we are going to, I'm going to grab my release. We're going to smell this oil into that feeling, that thought, and where it's located in the body. Just like before. Smell until something shifts. Notice what happens. Did you have a new mindset or a belief that time? Feel more relaxed? Did you let it go? Think back to that original goal now. How likely does it feel? How likely can you reach it? Hopefully you're at a 10 right now. Hopefully you're at a 10. And if you're not at an 8 yet, I want you to contact me. I want you to message me because you need a personal session, okay? Because we can get there. I want to try to help you out with this. So please message me and we can go a little further. That way we're not rushing through it and we can discuss it a little bit better. So now, hopefully you're at a 10 and now we need to conceal it. We need to have our affirmation, okay? This is an I am statement, such as I am successful, I am strong, I am enough, okay? I want you to think of that positive statement that associates with your goal and makes it, solidified. If you need help with that, you let me know and we can come up with a good affirmation for you. So what I want you to do now is I want you to repeat that affirmation, for 2 minutes or however long it takes to make you feel, good and convicted. And I want you to say it twice a day for the next 3 days. But while you're saying that, I want you to smell your Believe oil, okay? Your Believe oil, because I want you to believe in yourself and your goal and your intention. Or transformation oil. Whatever oil speaks to you, I want you to use it so that it can give you positive, feedback, positive vibrations, positive energy. As we're saying this positive affirmation, and I want you to get into a power pose. There's 3 power poses here on the screen. Hands on the hip, I am strong enough. you know, or hands above the head. I am strong enough, okay? Or maybe it's on your heart. Whatever speaks to you, whichever pose speaks to you, I want you to pick one, and I want you to do this twice a day for 3 days, okay? Next, I want you to make an action plan. You have to write things down to make it happen, okay? You can't just say, I'm going to do it, and then you go about your day and you forget. So write down your action plan. What are you going to do to make this goal happen? You know, maybe it's write a book. So your goal is, I'm going to write a chapter every week until I'm done, okay? I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start making 100 words a week. You know, make that action plan, put it in writing, and stick to it. Okay, so hopefully, you know, this quick session has helped you. You can look further into Aroma Freedom Technique, and I suggest that you do, because it's a great technique. And you can also get certified by Dr. Benjamin Purkis. I myself have been certified, and so has Sharon on our team. So if any of you want to, you know, go further into a session, contact me or Sharon, because we would love to help you out and help you get unstuck, because this is what this technique does. It helps you to get unstuck. All right. So thank you so much for, you know, joining me tonight. I hope that this has helped you and has been a positive thing for you. If you want to reach out to me, I'm here for you. So is Sharon. We would both love to help you out with an individual session to go a little further if we need to. And hopefully this helped everyone, and I will see you next week.